Hey everybody, it's Jean and we're back here at Scholarship Strategies here on YouTube. I'm so excited that you've chosen to join us again for tips and tools on how you can get going on your scholarship money mission. And I'm excited today because I have with me another of my incredible team members, Edward. How are you, Edward?
Good. How are you doing today?
Good. Edward has been so incredible with helping us, frankly, with this YouTube channel, and also, helping us get a deeper perspective on what it is for an international student who's looking for outside scholarships. And that's actually what we want to talk about today, right?
Yeah. So since when I first met Jane, I talked about my being an international student for over 7 years, 4 years in college, 1 year's OPT status, and then I just finished my graduate school in Fordham University with marketing. So
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You did undergrad and graduate school here in the U.S. You're from
China, yes. I came from China. The first time I visited in America was 2011, and I think, oh, this is awesome. I'm gonna be like taking college here. So I passed the test during 2012 in China, and then come to America during 2013.
It's fantastic. It's amazing. I was so impressed. I've been so impressed with your journey, and we are certainly lucky to have you on our team. And I wanted to have this conversation today and share it with all of you at home, because the reality is that students ask us all the time about scholarships for international students. As a reminder, we are experts in outside scholarships. Outside scholarships are scholarships that are not attached to specific universities and colleges. They're scholarships that are being given away from organizations, individuals, foundations, companies. And so these are monies that you can use at any school that you go to. And what most international students don't realize is that there is a ton of money out there that they could be applying for. And you did undergrad and graduate school here, Edward. Did you know about the monies that are out there for international students?
So honestly, I don't know until I take this internship. So when I first came to America, it was like 2013. At that time, my tuition was like, even though I got half of the scholarship from the university, it still cost me a lot to have a living and have an apartment. And at that time I was originally having my college in Kentucky, that you have to get a car, because if you don't, you barely can go anywhere. So basically, it still costs me a lot to live over here.
Yes.
And also, I know how much pressure tuition has put for every international students, especially from those developing country. So first, for example, in China, that you have to get an agency first to help you submit the application, because a lot of people don't because the internet thing, they don't know how to connect to how to fill out the application, how to get personal statement, how to get a recommendation of a letter. So just by doing that, we have a lot of agency doing that, and they charge a significant amount of fee for that. That would be something around $5,000 to $6,000. I'm pretty sure all the international students who is watching this video have some experience with those agencies.
So this was a huge insight for me. We are constantly learning, and we learn from each other, and I learned so much just by hearing what your personal experience was, Edward. Needing to hire an agency in China, and spending that huge upfront cost just to have applications completed to come here to the U.S. And you were right. Once you're here, there's additional costs. Why this is important and why our conversation today is so important is because, unfortunately, an international student is not going to qualify for federal student aid, right? Federal student aid is going to be just for a U.S. citizen. So there has to be ways for international students to be able to cut down the bill.
Indeed, and plus, like for most international students, we don't qualify for any like tuition discount. So some American citizens they will just take a college that in-state, so they're qualified for in-state student discount. However, as an international student, you don't get a chance to get that. So the most time, if you don't get a scholarship when you fill out the application, you basically pay the full tuition. And also a lot of international students, like when I was just being here, I was afraid that as a not like this is my second language, I'm not really good at communication, my English is not really fluent.
You're fantastic. You're fantastic. Slaughter, we love you. Yeah.
Thank you. So like, but at that time, freshman year, so I was so kind of a little bit nervous, and even though I know there might be some opportunity out there if I really dig into it, but I was afraid to make the first step.
Yeah.
So after I'm taking this job, I realized that there's so many opportunity out there, and all you got to do is just be bold and take your action and join them. I mean, there's like all those scholarship I take a look into. It doesn't take a long time for you to fill out the application, or doesn't take a long time for you to do something. It just you gotta try it, and then you probably get that money.
Yeah, there are so many different opportunities out there, and Edward and I have both actually chosen a few different scholarships that we think just to give you an example, just to give you a little bit of a taste of the types of opportunities that are out there for international students. You found a couple that you really loved and you wanted to tell people at home.
Yeah, so when I doing the research, I find 3 scholarships that specifically for the international students are qualified for. The first one is Crosslight Scholarship Contest. The deadline is December 31st, so most of us still have time for it. The requirement is relatively simple. Just write a 400-word essay reflect on one of the Mr. Parker's quote. So just basically saying how you feel, how you share experience with his quote. The first place can win up to $4,000. I mean, for me, when I study in Kentucky, that $4,000 can mean 1 year rent fee for me.
Yeah.
And also the other 2 scholarship I find is relatively different than first one. Instead of writing an essay, this one called Digital Story Contest is it happening every year as long as you register by April 8th, and the deadline is April 15th. You just need to create a video to showing your digital story, and you have a chance to win $2,000. And the other one is called Equity Training Scholarship for Outstanding Leadership Reward, and the deadline is December 31st. Even though for both it's qualified for both full-time and half-time students, and you just need to shoot a 3 to 4 minutes video to share your experience about being leadership and your understanding of what is a good leadership, and then you can win up to $1,000 scholarship.
I love those. I love that this first scholarship that you mentioned, only 400 words. 400 words for an essay, absolutely, easy to do. That's, not even a page, essay. And then these other 2 scholarships, it's a video application, so, you don't have to be concerned as much, especially if English isn't your first language.
Yes.
Right? So that's really, really helpful. We're going to make sure that we have links to these scholarships that Edward mentioned in the notes for this episode. And, one last thing that I definitely wanted to feature today and talk about is, when we talk about international scholarships, this isn't just for, students who are traveling from another country who are looking to study here in the United States. This also applies to any of you Dreamer students out there, the DACA students who, do not have U.S. citizenship, but came here with their parents when they were small children, and they're here in the United States, and because they are not a U.S. citizen yet, they're not they're not going to be able to qualify for the federal monies, the federal financial aid monies. And so there has to be opportunities to help these students, and there are. And those are a couple that I wanted to bring up today. Both of these scholarships are for Dreamer students, DACA students. This first one is the Elena Bathrick Scholarship. It's from the Marie Maxey Foundation. $500. You have to be a Dreamer student, so how about that? It is only for Dreamer and DACA students. That means Hispanic youth who have been brought to the United States by undocumented parents from Mexico, Honduras, Guatemala, or El Salvador. You have to be enrolled in either a 2-year or 4-year school. Deadline is August 15th. Again, $500. We'll make sure that we have the details about this in the notes. And this one, whew, it's amazing, Edward. When I found it, I was like, I knew I wanted to talk about this during our episode. It is the Golden Door Scholarship. Deadline is in September 16th. It is for DACA students who are recent high school graduates or current undergraduate students. Ready for this, you guys? You can receive up to $40,000. $40,000 just for DACA students. Deadline is September 16th. Again, the Golden Door Scholarship. We'll make sure we have the notes about this one as well. These are amazing opportunities, and it's just a sample of the types of opportunities that are out there. And so we want you to spread the word. Share this out with students who need to know that monies like this are there. And how would you suggest, Edward, for people to start their money mission and really go and take advantage of the resources that we're putting out there?
So I would recommend you guys to follow up us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube as Scholarship Strategies. And also we are active on Twitter as Scholarship Genes. And with all those social medias, you can see the resource we are updating on the social media and follow up with it.
Yeah, so definitely connect with us on social media. Make sure you're turning on your notifications on this channel because more and more episodes are going to be coming your way with more tips and tools to help you give yourself an edge and an advantage to finding and winning the money you need. Of course, there's tons of resources that we've put and made available at connections101.com, including our book. We love it. Scholarship Strategies, Finding and Winning the Money You Need, available at connections101.com or as of September 3rd at all of the retailers nationwide. So check it out. Great resource, great way for you to get started. But until next time, we're so excited that you again joined us. We'll see you next time, and go get the money. Go get the money. Thanks a lot, you guys. Bye-bye.